Hey, welcome to my journey into another weigh-in video. Happy day after Christmas. I hope y'all had a good Christmas. Listen, mine was not your typical Christmas, and I will tell you why. If you're in my Facebook group, you already know why, but most of you are not, so I'll let you know. But for my weigh-in, I really wasn't sure, and I'm not surprised. I gained 2 pounds even. I weighed 198.2, and we ate out a lot, and I know that's what caused it. I don't think this one was a fluctuation. I think this one was a flat out, you ate out too much food. With the holidays, with Holly, with not feeling good, from the weekend on, we have eaten out. So I'm not surprised, and I'm not even sweating it because it was just one of those weeks. So what happened with Holly was Tuesday. Well, she got sick. Holly, my daughter Holly. You know, I have a daughter-in-law, Holly. This is my daughter, Holly. She's 30. Back at Thanksgiving when they went to Illinois, she got sick, and she got real sick. Jacob got sick, Nathan got sick, and she's been coughing and everything, and she's been real sore in her ribs. And so she went to the doctor a couple weeks back, and she said, well, you're inflamed. She gave it a name, whatever. And Holly said, it's not getting any better. She said, I can't lay flat. I can't lay on my side. I can't breathe in. I can't take a deep breath. I can't hold my arms up. I can't do nothing. I said, you got to go back. So the first thing she'd get was like after the first year, I said, you can't wait that long. So I don't know how she got in to see her that day, but she did. And the doctor was like, well, let's take an x-ray. Well, when she did, she was full of fluid around her lungs. She sent me a picture of the x-ray. You can see this little bit of ribs up here, like in this area, and everything else was pure white. And all that pure white was pure liquid. So the doctor sent her straight to the emergency room. Well, as it turned out, they had to draw the fluid off. The first time they did it, they told her they got it all. Guess how much fluid they got off of that child? Half a liter. That's half a drink bottle. Half a drink bottle worth of fluid that had collected around her lungs. Well, she still couldn't take a deep breath. She still couldn't do anything. They tested her for all the bacterial infections. They tested her for viral infections. They gave her CTs. The first CT she had, she couldn't lay flat. She said they had to prop her up as much as they could prop her up and still get her in the tube because she could not lay flat. So they did that, x-rays. They've done all kind of testing you can imagine on her. And so she didn't get to go home Tuesday night. So she was there Wednesday. She was in the emergency room, in a room until Wednesday afternoon. And so they did more CTs. She still had some fluid left. The woman didn't get it all. So that she had to do it again. She didn't like that at all. The second time, there was still 7.5 ounces, 10 cc's. I asked Alexa how much that was, 7.5 ounces of fluid still in there that they didn't get that they said they did. So they got that. She's been on steroids, antibiotics, all kind of drugs. They've done everything for that child. And yesterday, she said this was Christmas Day because she was there Wednesday night. And Christmas Eve, we were going to have our party. I said, no, we'll just do it Friday. Because she come home. I was expecting her to come home, like with some medicines or whatever. And I wanted to give her at least a day or whatever at home before she come and partied. So I said, we'll do it Friday. And then yesterday, she said she looked on my chart and it said, and she had a partially collapsed lung from the weight of the fluid. Estimated date release, 28th. And I know it killed her because Jacob's home. It's Christmas Day, And I said, well, don't worry about it. We'll do it Saturday. And RJ's like, well, we got to go up to Holly's daddy's Saturday. I said, well, we'll do it Sunday. And then when she found out she was going to do it get out the 28th, I said, don't worry. We'll do it New Year's Day. When everybody's here for our New Year's dinner, we'll do it New Year's Day. So Christmas was going to be pushed out a week. That's fine because my baby's going to be here. I ain't doing Christmas without my baby. You see what I'm saying? We can all wait. We're that family. So then later on, and all the ladies on my Facebook group have been praying. All her church has been praying. People, all kind of people. And, I don't talk religion on my video. Religion and politics, that's two places to stay out of. But I don't think there's anything wrong with saying people are praying for you. People are giving you good thoughts. Even if you didn't pray. If you're not a praying person, you have good thoughts. You're giving her good thoughts. You're giving her positive vibes. I believe in that stuff too. Trust me, I do. if I can believe in jinxes, I can believe in positive vibes. I mean, So yesterday, me and her daddy were going to see her again. We went to see her. We didn't go Tuesday because she was in the emergency room. And we thought maybe they were going to fix her and she's going to come home. So he was still at home. I was cooking up my things for dinner and different things. And I was talking to her all day. And then she stayed. So me and daddy went down there Wednesday. We said, well, we're coming to see you Christmas morning. You're not going to not see us Christmas. And she said, they come and told me, before we got there, she said, they come and told me I might can go home. She said, I just cried. She said, the doctor has to come. So me and daddy went on. We weren't sure. I wanted to say she thought she was going to stay till the 28th. Look, I got my Carolina shirt on, got my Tar Heel cup. I am all Chapel Hill today. I wanted to stop and get her I had some Christmas bags down here. I wanted to get her a big bag of snacks because she's a snacker to take to the hospital to have all the way through Sunday. But then I told David, I said, well, she said she might get to come home because they said she had improved from one day to the next. She had improved like crazy. Okay. She went from she still can't breathe fully. She's got that thing that she's supposed to breathe in and out and get it all the way to the top. She can get halfway. She still can't take a full breath. She can't. She's got to build that lung back up. I said, well, let's take a small bag and just get her a small snack because I don't want to take a big bag of snacks with the possibility of her going home and I jinx it and then she has to stay because y'all know I believe that stuff. Y'all know. So we got her a little small bag. We got there. We talked. I bet not 5-6 minutes. There was a knock on the door and the 2 nurses come in and said, you ready to go home? She goes, this is my parents. And she said, yes. They let her go home Christmas Day. So, y'all that pray, you know the power of prayer. Y'all that have positive vibes, you know the power of positive vibes, the power of positive thinking. There it is. My baby girl, she was able to come home days before they estimated they were going to let her come home. So she came home. She got her a nap. She's not better. She's got and they did do testing for autoimmune disorders, and there were 2 markers that came up positive. So she has to follow up with a rheumatologist, see what that's about. And her husband's already nervous about that. She says he's my little hypochondriac. I'm like, I'm married to one too. Not that every little thing, it's just he thinks the worst. That kind of hypochondriac. Not that every little thing he gets, I'm sick, because he's not. He can walk around in a full body cast and not say a word about it. But if you say something, especially if he's a baby girl, he's already gone to the worst place in the planet. He's there. He's there. Just trust me. And so she follows up with a rheumatologist, a pulmonologist. They send her home with a passel load of medicine. She's got to have another CT scan, which I'm going to make sure if she doesn't, because she's never been in the hospital before except for when she had Jacob. That's the only time she's ever been in the hospital. So this was all new for her. And it was Christmas. And bless her heart, she said she did more crying, emotional crying, being away from home from Jacob, than she did pain crying. But she did some pain crying too. But I'm going to tell her, be sure and get her CT scan done before she sees her pulmonologist. That way she won't have to waste another trip to see him just to go over the scan. So that is our Christmas. It was not your typical Christmas. It reminded me, I told John, I said, I've never in my life gone without a Christmas Eve, and I hadn't. And then it dawned on me, wait a minute. During the pandemic, we went without Christmas because RJ had it. I'm pretty sure he's the one that had it. And back then, that's when they said, you can't socialize, you can't go. You remember? You couldn't do nothing. You couldn't go nowhere. So we didn't have Christmas that year. I was so bummed. This year I was bummed because Holly was in the hospital, but not so that I knew we wouldn't have Christmas because I knew we'd eventually get it. And back then it was like, no, 10 years and then you can see somebody. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but y'all were here. Y'all know how it was. The restrictions and all. So anyway, we're sitting over there. Oh, well, let me tell you. I went to the back doctor. I thought I had already had, this was Christmas Eve morning. I thought I had already had 2 of the test blocks, to see if the ablation would work. But apparently I had only had 1. I was getting confused with the lower back stuff. They're just doing this, that, and the other. And the last one I didn't think did too good. the pain come back really quickly. This one worked very well. The pain didn't come back as quick. So I feel like ablation will probably be the next step in my mid back. And then I go in January to talk to him about my lower back and see what we're going to do about that. But this is what some of you's been waiting for. You know me and David, we don't buy gifts, except sometimes we do. Remember I went and I bought him his rolling chair for the garage? Well, if you remember, I told you, he said, and this is why we're all so perplexed. He said, I've been thinking about this for a couple, 3 years. He said, I didn't think you were ready. He said, I think you're ready now. He said, I don't know if you'll like it. He said, but I think you're ready. He said, so I need to have Holly come up and help him do something. So I'm like, okay, what is he doing? What was I not ready for? You know? And some of y'all were like, we need to know what is it and everything. So I told him on my Facebook group, I said, Merry Christmas, Holly's home, I'm in a better mood. I said, you'll find out on my weighing video what I got for Christmas. So I'm not showing it to brag. Oh, look what my husband got me. I'm showing it because my husband was being very about it. And I had to show you because when you see it, you're going to be so happy for me. If you like me. If you don't like me, you ain't going to care. But if you like me, you're going to be so happy for me. Right? Okay. So we were sitting there yesterday, and since we're not going to have Christmas, I was like, I didn't want to wait for my present. So I sit over there and I said, hey, honey, it's Christmas. I started doing my eyes at him. He looked at me. I said, he goes, oh, so you want a little something. He knew what I was meaning. I said, yeah, I do. So he goes in this computer room and he brings me back this envelope. I'm like, So I opened it up, and as soon as I opened it right here, and I saw a little piece of the paper right there, I knew it had to do with, check this out, I knew it had to do with the sport, but I wasn't exactly sure what it was. Look at this! The NASCAR racing experience! Yo! He got me 6 laps. You can go 3 laps, you can go 6 laps. Or you can buy times, like how much time you want on the track. Where you get to get in a real NASCAR race car, not one they drive, but a race car driver, and a driver, drive you around the track. When I seen that, I started freaking out. I cried. I hugged him. I was shaking my hands like this so much. I dropped my phone, and when I did, it came up and said, report a problem. You know how when you drop your phone, it'll pop up that thing, do you need to report a problem? I was just shaking it so hard. So he said, you can change anything when you get there. You can add more to it if you want to. He said, we're going to start with this. 6 laps, and you go 3 laps, 6 laps. He said, I got you 6 laps. And it's at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I have always wanted to go. I have always wanted to do this. Y'all, I have always wanted to do this. He said, you can take your own car out there too. I said, no. I will not desecrate the Charlotte Motor Speedway track with a Kia Sorento. I will not do it. You can drive it. You can upgrade and drive it. The only thing is, if it's a stick, I can't drive it because I don't know how to drive a stick. If they had automatic race cars, then he's going to upgrade me. You know what I mean? But if it's a stick, I'm just going to have to ride around it. And I'm telling you, if I get in there and I like it so much, I'm going to make him jack up to the next one, like 25 minutes on the track or something like that. I don't know. He said, I can take spectators. I said, well, I hate to do it in front of you. He said, hey, it's your Christmas gift. That's all right with me. So, oh my gosh. Y'all. I get to go in a race car on the track. I am so excited. I said, well, you know, I'm wearing my William Byron shirt so I can channel. Is that not the fun? And he's been thinking about it for 2-3 years, he said. He just knew I wasn't ready. He said, I knew you couldn't do it with your knees, with your weight. He said, I knew all that was going to work against you. I said, that's right. I said, I got my knees, I got my weight down. I said, surely, if they make you wear a suit, they would have one to fit me. Surely. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's men bigger than me that would go. The only thing is I hope they don't make you crawl through the window. Hopefully it's the kind of car that they open. Because everybody that does this experience would not be able to crawl through the window like these little bitty race car drivers because they're little. They're little fellas, you know. So I'm not worried about that. but you get to wear your little helmet and all this and that. Ooh, what I hope they take video of you so you can take that home. I hope. If they do, I'll share it with you, obviously. But so that was my Christmas present. Didn't he do good? Oh, he did good. He knows me. He knows me. So I'm gonna try to set it up, I think, for early spring maybe. I don't want to be out there in the summertime when it's super duper hot on that track, but I don't want it to be really cold either. So probably early spring. They got certain days, I looked up there, they got certain days that they're doing it, that they have set up to do it. So I just have to sign up for whatever day I want. Oh, I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Oh, he did good. But I don't know if there's anything else I was going to talk about today or not. It seemed like there was. Was he? And I told you I ate out. And that was that. Listen, I don't even want to cook today. Listen, you see... Oh, look, I left my closet door open. I don't care, I'm leaving it. That's where I keep all my stuff for, like, when we have family get-togethers and stuff like that, little extra odds and ends I don't have nowhere in the kitchen. That's just what all that junk is. So, you've seen it before. You can see it again. But you see all the junk I've got everywhere? Oh, my gosh. This is the junkiest room in the house. It's just a junk room, and I never use it. I never come in here unless I'm coming in here to, like, put some perfume on or deodorant or something. Sit over here to edit a video, and that's pretty much get something out of the closet. Throw something on the desk back there. Just come and throw it on it. I got stuff thrown over there on my painting desk. I got stuff thrown all over here. It is a ridiculous mess. And me and Dave were talking about it. I just don't get in the crafting mood anymore. He said, I noticed that. He said, you don't ever craft. You haven't crafted in a long time. I said, no, I haven't. I said, it's like all my creative juices are gone. My oomph to do it is gone. I got all this cool stuff to do. And why I don't feel like coming back here and doing it is beyond me. I can't figure out what has happened to me. I said, I like to go thrifting. That's pretty much what I like to do these days. I don't like to cook. I still don't like to cook. So, listen, speaking of cooking, there ain't going to be no menu plan grocery haul for tomorrow. Because, well, I'm not going to put in no grocery haul here right after Christmas. It'll be so crowded. Who knows? Putting somebody through that. I ain't going to do that. And I got plenty enough groceries. And so I don't know. Excuse me. I'm just going to just scrounge for what I can find. I'm trying to decide if I want to do pantry challenge in January because I've got so much food. It's like the fall and winter is going so fast, and before you know it, it's going to be garden time again. And like this week, eating out every day, I've not cooked anything out of the freezer. So there's a week's worth of food that should have been eaten. I've got so much squash and okra, especially, that we need to eat. We need to eat it. So I don't have tons of meat. Well, I did buy some meat, so I'm decent on meat. It wouldn't last us the whole month. I would have to buy meat. And what you do is you set your own rules. Like I'm going to use everything I got and not buy anything except, XYZ, or spend X amount of money or something like that. But I saw a girl on a video today talking about she was going to do it. She's going to do hers a little different. And I thought, do I want to do that this year? I need to. Oh, pardon me so much. I really, really need to, because I need to deplete these stores of food. I never did get around to making my final batch of salsa. And then I never did make my pecan praline syrup. I wanted to make that. I got everything I need. I just hadn't made it. So I'm going to study on that. Oh. Listen, I was up at 3 o'clock this morning with the massive headache. I woke up and my head was just pounding. I don't know what from. So I got up and sat in there and about, hour and a half. I went back to bed and then slept till like 9 o'clock. So I think that's why I'm tired, because I was up and I slept too late. Night before last, I was up with a backache and I was up, completely up at 4 o'clock. Didn't go back to bed. Then I sat in there on the chair and took a little short cat nap. That's the first nap I've taken in a while. I don't nap anymore like I used to. Used to I napped all the time. But my sleeping, even if I sleep 7 to 8 hours, I'm still not napping. But if I sleep like 10 hours, sometimes I do. Then I get tired. So the more I sleep, the tireder I am. I don't understand how that works. But, well, I guess it is. The more you're lazy, the lazier you get, right? The more you don't do anything, the more you don't want to do anything. That's what the sleep doctor told me. She said, the best Christmas present, I think I told you, the best Christmas present you can give to yourself is go get you a trainer at a gym and figure out what to do with your muscles and go home and do it. Because I got hand weights, I don't use them. But even like last night, I noticed, I told her, I said, well, when I'm in the bed and I'm trying to reach back this way, see, it hurts right here, right now, this right here, because it is so weak. She said, with all your weight loss, she said, you're losing muscle. She said, you've got to build that muscle up. She said, losing weight is not just it. She said, you've got to build your muscle back. And she said, you've got to eat your protein. I'm like, I know. I said, I suffer in that area. So I do need to go find me a trainer to try to at least some upper body strength, because I think about this. This morning, I got up to go to the bathroom, and I was in there, and I thought about, I was walking in there to get a towel, and get a rag. I had folded rags yesterday. And everything I think of brings me back to this. Ever since I got it, somehow it circles back around to this. And I wrap the towel around me to walk in there, and the towels that I have now will go all the way around me. Used to, I could just have the towel and then my whole back end's hanging out. Well, the towels now, my towels will go around me. So I went in there because I had folded them and left them in the living room. And I went in there to get my towel, and I come back and I'm like, that towel wrapped around me. I wonder if you have to wear a suit, if that suit will fit. I don't know if they let you wear your clothes or if they make you put on a fire suit. I don't know. I imagine you have to sign all kind of waivers about if you die, it's not their fault. I mean, you're going around. I told David, I said, you reckon they'll take it? Surely not. They won't take 100, 180, 190 plus miles an hour like the race car drivers do. Surely they won't, which I'm for it. I'm here for it if they will. I'm here for it. So I don't know how fast they'll take you. But there's always a possibility of anything happening. So, but I'm here for it. But everything I think just goes right back to that. I'll somehow circle it back around to this here driving thing. It would be cool to drive if they had an automatic. Because I'm going to tell you what, I'd get out there and I'd tear it up. I'm going to tell you right now, I'd tear it up. I would hate to think I'd hit the wall, but I'm thinking if you're not, they show videos of it, and if you're not in a Hans device, which is what they have their head in, that's what they come up with after Dale Earnhardt Sr. died. They come up with the Hans device, which is all around your head and the whole 9 yards. And the videos I've seen, they're just riding. They're not in a Hans device, so there's no way they're taking you 180, 90 miles an hour. They're just not. But they'll take you fast enough to where it'll be fun. I mean, it's a racetrack, so I can get on board with that. But anyway, so that's what he got me. That's what I wanted to share with you. My baby girl's home from the hospital. She's home with her baby. She didn't want to leave the hospital until they knew what was wrong with her, and they were sure, but she wanted to leave the hospital because her baby was at home, and it was Christmas. So everything is back to where it's supposed to be. So I don't think there was anything else I was going to tell you. I really want to go to the thrift stores today. You think I ain't got stuff around here I can do? Oh, I absolutely do. But I've spent so much money on Christmas, I need to try to save thrift money through the end of the month. You know what I mean? So, and I did tell you on my left, if you don't watch my thrift hauls, I'm going to start trying to sell t-shirts on eBay. Because now that I like t-shirts, it's easy to research a t-shirt, see if you can get any decent money out of it. If I can just get enough money to recoup some of my thrifting money to pay for my thrifting, if I can have a little, and I hope I don't get I don't feel like doing it. sorry, laziness over it, you know. But t-shirts are easy to sell, easy to describe, measure them, you know, easy pictures, nothing's breakable because I'm not going breakable. If I can just make enough money off of that to pay for my thrifting, then I'll be happy. And that's where I find my t-shirts. So I'm excited about it. I'm not gonna start it until after the first of the year, that's for sure. I'm not gonna start it now during this crazy holiday season. No way. So anyway, well, that's probably all because I can't think of if there was something else I was going to talk to y'all about. If they are, I'll think of it later. Okay? How's that sound? Okay. Well, unless I find something else to do today, there won't be no video tomorrow. So I'll see you when I see you.